Hey y'all, I'm back. So we're coming back with the second part of paycheck number 2. We are going to close out what we budgeted for the paycheck on the 17th. There will be a third because this is a magic month, so there will be an additional check on the 31st. When we close this check out together, we're going to budget for the check on the 31st. And the reason I'm closing it out so early is because all the bills that we budgeted for have already gone out. The money that we put back for debt, the things that we did for our envelopes, all that stuff is done. We're just working with what is already in the envelopes. So we'll go ahead and close that check out and budget for our check on the 31st and our savings challenges. So thank you for coming. My name is Janelle. I'm an accountant and student. I'm also a mom, and I'm basically recording my budgeted journey in hopes, that it helps others. Some people don't have a budget. Some people don't think they need a budget, and that's okay. But we're basically keeping ourselves accountable while we help others. There will always be someone that makes more than you. There will always be someone that makes less than you. We are here to help each other. This is a no judgment zone, and basically we're going to do this together. So for the 17th, this is what we had. This is what we were estimating and what we were looking like. If you're new here, this amount is what I like to stick with based on everything that comes out of my account and out of my check automatically. So not just my benefits from my job, not just the medical taxes and all that, but I have money going to additional investment accounts, money going to portfolios for investments outside of work, like my Roth IRA. I have money going into 529 college accounts for the children, cafe charges that I do with my work badge. And I also have personal savings going to our accounts, as well as my tithing for church. I take that out before I put this amount. So this is just the estimated amount I like to work with, since there are so many things coming out of my check. So everything from the 17th to the 31st, we had to take care of with this. So when I took all of those things out that I liked, that I was comfortable with, and I put money where I wanted it to go, I was left with like this amount, which is just a couple dollars more, but we're trying to budget to the penny. So this is what I was left with instead for that. This came a bit under than what I thought at that. My cell phone, these are usually the amounts. I just always do the whole number when I can because it makes it easier. The Euro trip balance started debiting this amount. I don't know why I thought it was this, but it's that. This was a bit more because I had to up my iCloud storage because they trying to make me get a phone. I'm not buying a phone right now. I'm good. I got an older phone. It does me just fine. I'm not buying a new phone. So I do the $9.99 iCloud storage between all our devices. I also minimize this bill, y'all, a lot. I was paying about $300. I'm not doing that no more. So this was $720. $74.50. This was much higher, not much, but a bit higher, because I had a few extra things that I decided to go ahead and handle, because we're getting ahead. The goal is to get ahead and pay off a lot of debt. So we did have small savings challenges, but we'll have a lot of debt down here if you're new to the channel that we're going to pay off this year. This is my year of hustle. It doesn't have to be your year of hustle, but, you know, for me, that's what we're doing. So let's see. can't get right. So $8.99.75 for our actual, because this is our actual, minus the what we came in actual, $14.13.25. Okay. Now for our actuals on our envelope side, groceries I did $130 for budget. I gave $130. There's still money in that grocery envelope because I did that order online. I didn't need that much because I did a big grocery order last week. Gas, I did give $50. I still have gas money in that envelope as well. I did do my 10 for offering. I like to do this, y'all. For myself, I went over a lot because my eyes started hurting and I started seeing like stars, y'all, like in my left eye. I wear glasses. I have astigmatism and my prescription was really, really outdated and I prolonged it. That was my fault. But I couldn't take it anymore because I was having like blurriness in my left eye. I was like, So I got a little scared, and at work I made an emergency walk-in. And so my prescription was really, really, really outdated. So I end up getting a frame with the polycarbonate lens. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Like the thinner lens, my astigmatism shield, my exam, the blur, where you drive at night, it's not blurry. So I got all that plus the allowance my job gives me for my glasses, and I still went over. So this is what this money basically came from because I couldn't take it. I had to get some glasses. Jewelry got 10, which means this overage and this overage had to get balanced out from all this down here. So we'll get to that. I did give Journey 35 for something. This was nothing. The house was right at this. And this ended up being 55, even though I still have almost all this money left. I forgot why I did 55 instead of 50. I don't know. But I have like 47 something dollars still left in this envelope because I haven't did anything. And we've been snowed in for a few days. So okay. 473.64 minus our actual we're left with right here. 25. Come on, thing. 939.61. So that was after we took the money for our envelopes, even though I went over here. But the thing is, the goal is to stay within this check. The goal is to not pull from anywhere else. So even though we went over here and over here, we have to rearrange things down here in order to stay within this amount. We're not trying to go pull from our savings. We're not trying to go pull from other bills, nothing like that. That's what keeps us in order. So even having some form of a budget works when you're still trying to stay on track. So for the savings challenge, we did put in 35. And for here, since I went over all these other places, I did 100. So we're still putting some to it. It's just, it wasn't as much as we thought, and that's okay. 48.78 here. 287.55. And for here was 480. Which still had us over right here if I did that right. So let's see if I did that right. So our amount, well, let's add this first. Sorry, y'all. My hand's kind of cold. So yeah, 951.33 is what this was, which from here, 939.61 put us over 1172. So yeah, that's right. So by us being over, the buffer that I have from previous checks is what carries us over for these small amounts. So that's why I balance out that buffer. In that first check, I have the paper here. You'll see I had like this rollover. Remember I said that in that last video? When you keep this in the account or keep that little buffer or rollover, that's what helps these overages because they're small. So we did good with this because we rearranged and we still were able to cover our stuff we needed. We paid all our bills. We kept a couple dollars in. We did some emergency things, and we let this take our buffer. So we zero-based this one out, and we still have money left to carry us until next week. So what we're going to do together, we're going to go ahead and give ourselves that same amount for, I think it's the 31st, y'all. I think it's the 31st. So we'll do from pay, and we'll still do our same amount because we're going to still take out all our usuals, and we'll be left with this. And I got my little notes so we can do it together. What we're going to do this time is, even though the next pay is going to be the 14th, the tip is we have these magic months, but the next pay is so far in the middle of the next month. You want to be mindful and not to just spend all this money thinking you got an extra check. More than likely, you have a lot of bills to cover, or not. I'm just speaking on myself. More than likely, you have some things in the beginning of the next month that needs to cover if you're not going to get paid until a certain day. So for me, I can't just try to furiously go and blow it. I have everything for 2 weeks in February to cover. So I have to be mindful. So instead of waiting, rearranging like mortgages and rents and all that stuff, I'm going to go ahead and just pay the whole thing for the next month ahead of time. So when that check comes on the 14th, I won't have to worry about anything or any late fees and any balances or anything like that. We'll make sure we handle business first. That makes it easier on ourselves and it's less stress. Believe me, I was that person that, this is a lot of time in between. I'm getting a check. I'll call them and let them know I'm paying that late. We don't need to do that. The goal is to do better. So the Euro trip, 140 is what we know it's gonna be for now. Martial arts, we do 75. Let's see. Netflix, it's like 17.12. I like to do 17 because we have 12 cents for buffers and stuff like that. My ring security is 10. My Amazon Music subscription, 11. The gym, we do 53. Internet, 81. It's like $80 and something. I think that's all the bills for now, which is enough. Shit. All right, let's see what we at. I think that's everything until next time. Okay, so 15.15, which is a lot more than what I like on this side out of one check, but that's okay. We have to handle business. So we're going to take that from this. That leaves us with 785. So much less than what we were working with the last time for our variables over here. But we're going to make it work because we still have a lot of things left over in those envelopes that carry us over to this time. So for groceries, going to do another 150 because I still have money in the grocery envelope as well as plenty things I've stocked up on. Plenty things. Still do 50. We're gonna do our offering. Even though I take my tithing out automatically, we still do an offering. Myself, I don't need anything. We're just gonna do 30. Dude, he has money left over a lot. We're just gonna give him an extra 5 because I take care of all their stuff, y'all. This money that I budget down for them is to just have in a little pocket because I still take care of everything. So Tango, we're gonna put 10 in his envelope because he has his food and everything. The house pretty much has everything, toiletries and stuff. We'll just add another 10. In Lanyard, because I know for a fact I have to take care of some things between these dates. We're gonna do and I have our family day that I had to do. Let's do this. Okay, so let's add us up now. 10, 30, 30, 20, 105. Okay, so that's 400 even minus the 785. 385, which is not a lot to work with down here, but that's okay. Because we're gonna make it work. We're not pulling from anywhere. We making it work. So remember the last time we scratched out $39 on our savings challenge for 2025. So we're gonna put our 39 here because that's what we budgeted for, or that's what we scratched out. So we'll do savings challenge for 39. Then we have our debts. That's some things that we got to get taken care of that come out. That's 36. This one's 49. I do still have one last extra expense, which my goal was to take care of all those extra expenses in January. We're not pulling them over to February. So we're taking advantage of having the 3 checks instead of just blowing it. We're going to make sure we get a whole bunch of things paid and out of the way. So I do have an extra expense there that I don't like to put here. The birthday envelope. The birthday envelope. 150. And then the buffer. Let's see. 39, 36, 49, 112, 150. So 386. So we like over $1. And that's okay because we have a previous buffer still left. Remember that we keep. All right. So we zeroed this out. So this is what we're going to try to stick with for the 31st. Once we come back, we're gonna, in the next video, we're gonna pull all this money that go in our cash envelopes. So the challenge money, the envelope money, we're gonna pull that. That's gonna get stuffed in our envelopes. But what we can do, I want to add this one in. I know it looks a little whatever because I've had it all in the in this folder in the planner, but we're gonna just add these small amounts and try to get this done to make it fun with our challenge here. Okay, since some of these amounts are just tiny. But what we're gonna do now, since we already budgeted the 31st, let's go ahead and scratch off another one and we'll see, so I can get an idea of planning ahead. All right, so we'll just pick one. Let's pick one over here. So 38. All right, so 38. And then if we have anything left, any buffer, any money left out of these envelopes, we'll try to stuff some of those extra and give us extra in the rainy day fund. All right. So I hope this helps. I hope it's giving everyone an idea of trying to get their budget in order. Remember, just because some emergencies and things come up, it doesn't mean we can't figure something out. Just try. Just start. Just try. You don't need fancy stuff. I know people watch other videos. They have all these envelopes and fancy things, and you don't need that. Just start somewhere, pen and paper, in a regular notebook, and figure everything out, all your bills, all your expenses, and see what you're left with. So thank y'all so much. Please subscribe, share the video with someone you feel it may help. Thank y'all so very much.